She stood wide-eyed and trembling, incredibly aware of the belt he held at her side, but even more so of his hand and the heat it stirred in her. She wanted to push away from him, but didn't dare, his eyes still bored into hers dangerously, his silky dark hair falling in wavy chunks across his forehead. "Didn't I say I wanted a coffee before I take you in the bedroom?" His voice was raspy and low. Was it just her making up the double meaning in his words? Moistness grew between her legs, wetting the silk of her undergarment. His eyes narrowed when she didn't move. "Want to test me?" Bianca scrambled away from him to the stove and began fumbling with the coffee grounds. She felt him come up behind her. The heat and smell of him made her breathless. "I don't like waste or mess." He walked away toward her room, taking his belt with him. She watched out of the corner of her eye as he threw the belt on the small bed, her bed, and rubbed his hands together. Sick bastard. He was enjoying this way too much. She didn't know how she managed, but she was able to make his coffee perfectly, strong enough to put a real smile on his hard, straight mouth. He set the cup down on the table and sat in one of the wooden chairs. She felt a sigh of relief escape, which made him chuckle. She was tempted to ask him what he found so amusing, but kept her lips clasped tightly. "You've never had a spanking before, have you, princess?" He leaned back, propping his chair on two legs and looking at her intently. She could only manage to shake her head and swallow. She wished he'd tip the chair just a little farther and fall on his ass.